Welcome to Joy of Pepper. It's Ronnie, your host, and we're here today to talk about a wonderful, wonderful new hot sauce brand, the Aves Spice Company. And boy, do they make some very unique sauces. Very unique sauces. So we're going to talk about these guys today. There's so many people out there making sauces. If you've been around hot sauces for a while, you've seen the gimmicks. You've seen the ones that deliver. You've seen the ones that really put a lot of love and effort and power into their sauces. And let me tell you, I've not found one in a long time like this one. So I'm very excited to talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the browser right now and look at their website. So here we are. Aves, bringing bird nerds and heat freaks together since 2019. It's no joke. These guys are not just style, they are style and they are substance. So much of both. So much of both. I very much appreciate what these guys are doing. Guys and gals. Alright. So, first off, I just want to look at these. First of all, what you want to know about these sauces is they do ferment their sauces. And this is good news. If you've been around hot sauces, you know that fermentation, it equates to flavor, richness. It just brings out all those character notes in the disparate ingredients, and it just blends them. It makes them a chorus of flavors. It makes them just sing. It's a powerful process. So they've got 6 sauces featured here. One thing you're going to notice after you look at all the birds, which are awesome, you're going to notice the ingredients, okay? Now, what's so interesting about these ingredients? Not just how many ingredients are in these sauces, so these are ingredient-heavy sauces, but also the kinds of ingredients in these sauces. These are not common ingredients. Some of them are, but look at some of these that are just absolutely not something you would find in a hot sauce. And then I'm going to tell you why they're even more special than just how unique their ingredients are. Let's look at the Kingfisher. Mango, rice, cardamom, cinnamon. The Canada Goose, sweet potato, maple syrup, Caribbean jerk spices. The cuckoo, pawpaw. There are people that live in states where the pawpaw is still grown, don't know anything about it. In South Carolina, where I live, we grow pawpaw in the low country. We've grown it for a long, long time. Alright, going up to the goldfinch. Pumpkin, corn, apples, and peaches. These are not just flavor notes, these are ingredients. Once again, these are powerful things. Now, I'm just going to stop there and pivot. Got a lot of ingredients, it's a good thing for a hot sauce if they're going in that direction. I'm a big fan of pepper forward sauces as much as the next guy or gal, but let me tell you something, there's something very special about when a company's able to put a lot of ingredients into a sauce and it works. Okay? And that's my point here. It works. Now, I've had sauces that were ingredient heavy and they suffered from a very, very hard to navigate problem. And that problem is this. It tastes more like a condiment that maybe you would find at a Mexican restaurant. It tastes like something that would have been drizzled over the enchiladas. It lost its sauceness. These don't suffer from that. Now, I've enjoyed those kinds of sauces as well. They're good sauces, but they lost their sauceness. These guys don't. I don't know how. It's just, it retains that wonderful, kind of undefinable aspect of what constitutes a sauce instead of a topping or some kind of other condiment that you don't want to call a hot sauce. So anyway, that's enough of my riffing on that topic. Let's go ahead and go back and actually look at the bottle. Now, I pulled up the bottle there because the green screen's going to get out some of this blue. Takes the green out of that blue and almost makes it completely transparent. But anyway, that's the Aves Kingfisher bottle. I've already eaten some of this, as you can see. They don't have any xanthan gum in it, so this does settle, I noticed. That's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. I mean, problem solved. You know? So, I'm going to give a review of this sauce. Opening it, I'm going to smell it and tell you what I think. First off, you get those warming spices. You get a certain sour note from the acid. You get the cinnamon. You get the creaminess coming through, real strong. You can pick up the heat, but it's absolutely not overbearing. You know it's masked by the creaminess, but you can tell the heat's there, and it is. Like I said, I've already tried this several times, and it's just a lot of fun. These guys had a lot of fun with this, and that's what I appreciate about it. How fitting that it would be on Joy of Pepper. I tell you, this is just, it's a premium product. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it, and get it up a little closer so you can... You saw the pour just now, you see the drip, you see the viscosity. Okay. Okay, so you get a sense of its consistency. On the spoon, more of that acid comes through. Some of those more subtle notes kind of diffuse faster, so you can't get them. So I'm going to go ahead and taste it now. The heat spreads really nicely, and it's so warm. It warms you up. You feel it just warming your chest, warming your whole face. It's got a small linger, but more than just the heat linger, you get a lot of those kind of residual spice lingering, and it just makes it extremely pleasant. I mean, just very pleasant. Now, they recommend this on light proteins such as fish. And in fact, let me go back there. Let me read you some of the copy here. Alright, the Kingfisher, I'll start down here, is a bold, spunky hot sauce with a mango horchata base and heat to boot, creamy, sweet, and savory. This unique sauce is perfect for fish dishes. Dive in. Ingredients: rice, mangoes, water, chili peppers, onions, ginger, fennel, honey, sugar, salt, garlic, lime juice, and spices. So spices, I'd have to say that there's some black pepper in there, but who knows what else they put in here. But it's wonderful. Habanero and ghost. The habanero flavor really comes through. You know there's ghost in there. Probably not nearly as much as the habanero, but I could be wrong. It just depends heavily on the ghost peppers they used. But certainly their heat rating, I would say it's very accurate. You say, how can it be accurate? What's the standard? Well, I mean, I don't know. It just feels accurate for some reason. To be quite honest with you, I don't know what the standard is here, but heat rating 2.5. If, let's say, the standard's probably like the average consumer, which is a Cholula user, a Texas Pete user, or a Sriracha user. Maybe their rating on a Sriracha or a Cholula would be 1.5 or 1.25 or something like that. So use that as your standard and then grade it up from there. I'd say this, if a Cholula is a 1.5, yeah, this is a 2.5, sure. but it's the most pleasant 2.5 you could ever put in your mouth, I'll tell you that much. So this is not a super hot sauce, the Kingfisher. However, it's very, very nice. It's very pleasant. You're going to love it. I used it on a burger yesterday, a heavy protein. And let me tell you something, it was real nice too. I'd do it again. I would do it again in a minute. Now I mentioned that, the Aves sauces, they don't suffer from that weird issue that they add so many ingredients they quit being a sauce. That's a problem I've identified myself. Other people might not agree with me at all, by the way. But I've identified a distinction. I think it holds up. They don't suffer from that problem, but what you could do, you could cook with this. You absolutely could cook with this. You could mix this in with, I don't know, use your imagination. Mix it in with something simple, some kind of a cream or something, and you could absolutely make something phenomenal out of it. But you can also use it just as a normal sauce and enjoy it. So I'm going to do another pour here. Thin to medium viscosity. The spices come through pretty bright, but like I said, right next to those spices is something very pleasant holding their hand. You got those warming spices that they mentioned, and they just carry the whole thing just brilliantly. I'm going to stop there as far as this particular video is concerned, but I would really encourage you, get you some Aves sauce, buy you the Kingfisher, buy it. You're going to enjoy it. With Thanksgiving coming up, there's not a person at the table that won't love this sauce. And you might warn someone that doesn't eat a lot of hot sauce, hey, be careful, this is a little bit hot, but boy is it really tasty. You can put this on anything at the Thanksgiving table, and I'd encourage you to do it. These are local guys. One last thing worth mentioning is that this is a cottage industry product, okay? Now in South Carolina where I live, we're allowed to have cottage industry products. That's to say it was made in your home kitchen. You're not subject to all the stringent standards. Doesn't mean you don't have standards. It just means you're not subject to them. You don't have someone coming by and inspecting your workplace and all that. But it's a clean product. It's a clean product. I highly recommend it. But let me read the disclaimer anyway. This product was produced in a home kitchen, not subject to public health inspection that may also process common food allergens. So there's no allergen warnings on here. You're just going to have to read the label. And if you see something on there that you can't have, or you see something on there that's commonly next to something you can't have kitchen-wise, just use your own discernment there and be careful. By the way, these guys, I didn't say this at the beginning, based out of DeKalb, Illinois. Aves Spice Company. Thanks for watching.